All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Drop, the show that Collectors Gone Digital and I put together for you guys every Monday normally, but today is a special episode because we are talking to the founder of 24/7 Comics. Josh, what up, my friend? How is it going?
What's going on, guys? A long time no see. Yeah. Little comic talk today, so we're gonna have our guests join us a little sooner than normal here. It should actually be like within the next 5 or so minutes. So do you want to hop into the posts right away, or
yeah, I would say so. So let's roll the intro.
Let's connect. Beyond the Drop.
All right, so this is just some news that's happened since yesterday. By the way, guys, there's a big storm outside my place. So if I end up dropping off today's live stream, it's probably because my power went out. So Jan's going to hold it down if that happens. But let me fix your camera.
Absolutely. Yeah, a big panel at SDCC that I guess Video Shane organized, as far as I understood. Yeah, the future of... Huh?
I said, yeah, agreeing.
Yeah. Okay. The future of collecting. So, guys, if you're there on Thursday, July 23rd, which is also the day Captain America 1 is dropping on VeVe, show up there, show support. I mean, as far as I know, Shane put a lot of work into that. Awesome speakers, biggest bro in the house as well there on the stage, Will, David, and yeah, a few other pretty interesting guests. So if you're there, show some love, get there, and yeah, support the fam.
Love that biggest bros representing True Media. Love
Super
to see
cool.
that. Yeah. Now, speaking of Digitoys, Will, one of the people on that panel, they have some breaking news. So stickers are now officially live. Collector Genesis sticker collection now through the Digitoys iOS app. As a bonus, everyone who participates in this drop will also receive our latest medallion, which I believe is the purple one. So,
yeah, the thing is, though, I've seen a post, they're already sold out. So you guys, if you just see it now, you're too late. Yeah.
I love how they kind of like flap though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've talked about that yesterday. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm really curious on seeing more posts from inside their app, etc. Yeah, how this will look when it's like filled with stuff, games, etc.
Yeah. And then, do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, I mean, the first drop from Candy was like a couple days back. And now their second drop is going live tomorrow, I guess. Yeah.
22nd of July. Yep.
Yeah. Tomorrow,
5
p.m. ET, 500 packs again, like last time. I mean, we discussed about the edition size of 2,500 in total, but I mean, Hinano helped us out there. That's like the second drop out of 5, I guess. I mean, would make sense, right?
The chase continues exclusively on Candy. 2026 MLB Base Series Icons returns for drop number 2. Following a sellout of drop number 1. Base Series returns with another limited series of 500 packs. Drop 1 marked Candy's first primary MLB drop in 2026. Nice.
Yeah, I mean the first drop was definitely a success. I mean they sold out like in seconds.
Oh,
I
shoot.
guess. What?
It was my YouTube channel. That actually wasn't that big of a deal. I overreacted, but
Panic, full panic mode.
we're live. It's always nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I mean I totally get that. Credit card leaked. Damn it.
Yeah. No, I'm just pulling up the 24/7 Comics website. I realize I don't have that up yet. 24.
I mean, I really like the way that website looks. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Evermind. Yeah, so we have how many series now from 24/7? We have Evermind, we have
3 or
where is
4, I guess.
we have Bladesmith as well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Zero Ghost is another one. They've updated their website, I think. I don't remember this website. Creators? They have Swaggle House on here as well. Swaggle House, if I remember right, helped with Evermind.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we can talk to him about that. I mean, he's a guest in like 3 weeks, I guess.
I know we're missing some though. Where is it Heroes Be Damned? Do we have this on VeVe yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't recognize this one.
But I really like the cover art. Like, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of like black and white covers, but like the colored covers, I really like those.
And if I remember right, everybody involved in these comics are also, I believe they become shareholders of the company. So I want to ask Carl about that. I believe that was mentioned when Evermind dropped, but do you want to bring on our guest here? Yeah?
Yes, you bring him up, I run the opener. Let's go. Welcome, Carl Choi, founder of 24/7 Comics.
Let's connect. Be on the drum.
Hello.
Hey, Carl.
Beyond the drop. What's up, fellas? I love the fancy desk, and check out, I don't know if you can see, but I have my Marvel logo down here too.
Ooh.
Oh, really appreciate you taking the time.
Nice.
Yeah, we see it. There it is. There
Awesome.
it is.
Thanks for having
Ours
me,
is
guys.
virtual.
I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for
Yeah.
coming. You kind of have us
Absolutely.
beat though with the background because yours is physical, ours is digital. So, you know.
Mine is, excuse me. Wait a second. Mine is,
Well,
mine is-
I was
Nice.
talking about the studio we use, but yeah.
We all live in both worlds, so I think
Fair enough.
one day it'll be more of the same. So how you guys doing, guys?
Doing very well.
great so far. Yeah. I mean, on Josh's place, there's like a kind of a storm and hurricane going on. So maybe he will just get kicked out of the call, but we can handle that then ourselves here. But let's hope for the best. Yeah.
Hope for the best. Hope you're we don't get one of those. Do you guys see that video where a guy was taking a meeting from a roller coaster, and he was basically on a Zoom, and he's getting like thrown around, but his background,
Yeah.
that doesn't happen here.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Nice.
Do you want to kick us off though with the questions and the intro and all that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we will definitely talk about the drop you're having on VeVe in 2 days, 3 days, I guess.
Yeah, so excited. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been a while, man. We've been on the quiet cooking. We are, I'm gonna premiere this here. That's gonna be given away at San Diego Comic-Con, which was our full schedule with our like card chase. We have PSA as our partners, Comic Link, Big Clutch, Short Box, Joe Benitez, Wicked Town, and then we have Jim Lee's original artwork as a grand prize to give away if you participate in this card hunt. And on the other side, these are all exclusive. So we have obviously Evermind. This is our Godtail special variant. Newman, created by Rob Liefeld. That's our Bill Sienkiewicz, Lucas Lee Garza variant. And then we have a Mannix version of the Major League variant for Anderson Carmen Cyber League. And then we have Masters of the Universe. We have Peach Momoko here. So yeah, we have a lot going on, man. A bunch of signings. A lot of talent that's going to be signing with us. So you get
crazy big names. Wow.
Yeah, Evermind drops. Sean Chen will be there. Mark Texera. Godtail's very well known right now. So yeah, it's gonna be a really fun time, man. And these are gonna be collectible in itself.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I mean, at least the comics and crypto guys will definitely frame that one. So Sean and Spencer will definitely pick one of those up. But before we go into detail on the drop itself, just give us like the backstory of 24/7 Comics and like how did all that come together, and tell us a little bit about the structure of the company as well. That would be great.
Sure, very straightforward. We are a third option for publishing. So traditionally in comics, there is the big two, which is Marvel and DC. You're told to write what to draw. You get to draw the greatest characters. So I suggest every artist should try to get into the big two. But what happens is upon success, you actually don't participate. Now, on the other end, is you have a lot of creator-owned options where they help you distribute, but the marketing cost, everything is on you. So if you don't sell X number of copies, you're basically in debt to that system. So we decided to work with our creators, develop this option called partnership publishing, and we launch in a way where they're basically partners in all the books that they create. We give them money up front, we cover all the costs, we take all the risk, but in success, they all participate equally, share with the investors as well as the company. So we keep it super simple, stupid fun. And the idea is just to offer something new to the world that is viable for both physical publishing, digital publishing, and further adaptation. I work in the movie business, and so the reason we even started this was because we're optioning IP from creators that had great stories to tell, but felt like they were stuck in the old system. And we want to adapt their properties and say, hey, we don't have that because it's tied up at a major movie studio and I don't know when I'm ever getting it back, but I'll write you something. And we're like, oh, that's not a bad idea. So we basically backed Justin Jordan on Zero Ghost. Then we backed Sean Chen on Evermind, and fast forward 5 years later, or 6 years now, we're now distributed through Penguin Random House, have a partnership with Tokyo Pop, and we have 14 titles on the way to your local comic book shop shelves.
Yeah, pretty cool. And I guess like the creators itself that were stuck in the old system were kind of happy to adapt to that new system, right?
Yeah, lifetime participation. So rather, a decade from now, their properties, maybe for some reason, someone, I don't know, did a robot tweet to one of Cyborg's, and then all of a sudden everyone participated and loved buying it, and it completely blows up. We'll still write them a check for everything they contributed to creating those titles.
Totally. Nice. How did it came to the name 24/7 Comics? Because everything in your head or in your guys' heads turned around comics 24/7, or what was like the idea behind it?
Yeah, I mean, to be frank, we started in this Web3 space, and we basically had a publishing company in place, but then the Web3 space was the hot thing. So we said, okay, like if we're going to start publishing, why wouldn't we think about the nature of Web3 and being on 24/7? So that's really it. Like you're on 24/7, we're thinking about 24/7 comics. And so nothing too complicated. It was just the time and place. Obviously, we're very well balanced now as far as being a traditional publisher. It's kind of where our anchor is. But for me, there'll always be a piece of my heart that and belief that Web3 will find a place in helping creators monetize a heavier upside over time.
Yeah, totally get it.
Now, speaking of creators, because you work with a number of them at this point, how do you guys find these people that you choose to work with, and you know, maybe like what are the qualifications that you're looking for?
Very organic. I think it's been, I mean, for example, Justin Jordan, I was just a fan of because I love Luther Strode, and it's something that him and Tradmore collaborated on. By the way, they're celebrating their 15-year anniversary this year, which is going to be amazing for New York Comic Con. And then Sean Chen, I used to own a marketing agency that produced experiences for entertainment companies. And so I was working with a lot of the movie studios, and one of them was Marvel Studios. And I needed an artist to help conceptualize some of the experiences we were producing at San Diego Comic Con. And when I looked through an agency's portfolio, I saw Sean Chen. I was like, whoa, I got hired Sean Chen to do like storyboards and like designs for me. That's awesome. So I reached out to his agent, connected us, and we would just, you know, be working, but I would always be super curious about comics. And so I would pick his brain, and then over time, he was putting some stuff on Instagram. I said I'll publish it, and really just happened that way. And then since then, it's been the same thing where, you know, Terry Cavanaugh, who's our executive editor, if you guys may be familiar with the name because he was the editor at Marvel at the height of Marvel in the 90s. He put Barry Windsor Smith on Weapon X. He put Jay Lee on Namor. He put Stephen Platt on Moon Knight. Alan Davis on Excalibur. So like name it, right? Like his resume is crazy, and kind of like I would call him like the ultimate coach, right? He put all the right players on the right teams together to make it big for Marvel. And he came out of retirement to join 24/7 because he believed in our model and really servicing the talent first. And he's also brought in some heavy hitters to the table. So you're going to see a lot of very traditional, recognizable name, but at the same time, I'm also looking for talent. So, for example, Godtail, I think he's one of the greatest artists to come out of Japan. This guy doesn't even need to work. He's already made it. He just wants to do it for fun. So I love that attitude. And so I'm throwing him covers all the time, and he always brings the heat. So I think it's a combination. Qualifications-wise, I do like giving new creators opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there are just certain lessons to be learned before we can. So help us help you. One, I think build an audience for yourself. Two, create a definite style. And then three, get published, right? Get published on a few things, and then we could probably help you better. Because often if you don't get published and we're the first, it makes the uphill battle a lot harder. I would say a way to replace get published, and I'm totally down and publish you first, which to be honest, I've regretted a few that I've passed on, is have a great story as well. If you have a great story, we're more than happy to package and pair you up with folks with more notoriety so we could like progress the story forward more. But I'm very open, so you know, always up for a conversation. And when I see material, I'm very straightforward because I'm not trying to waste anyone's time either.
Makes sense.
Nice. Sounds good. And you've mentioned you come traditionally from the Web3 and digital space. Like, how do you guys discuss like internally with the writers itself, and like if you do a physical print, if you go the digital route, or if you try to do both? What is like the thought process behind that?
We've been pretty lucky. Our creators trust us in that way. Even when we're navigating the whole Web3 space, and we really thought it would be a primary portal, I think nowadays is shifted. I think it's kind of reconfiguring. I think VeVe is the most successful when it comes to comic books and Web3. But when it comes to kind of like the open seas of the world, I mean, obviously they don't really exist much anymore. But there was this hope and dream that artists can participate for the life of the IP through the technology of Web3. So I'm still very hopeful. I'm still very hopeful that, you know, the term Web3 will basically just be your back end as to how to, you know, be fair to your creators by compensating whenever transactions are made. So I'm still a big fan of it, but the function of it, I think, is to be figured out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and creators wouldn't care much because they trust us. One, we haven't like gone crazy with any direction. We've always, you know, promoted ourselves as a traditional publisher first. We just have to also work in Web3. And then second to that is at the end of the day, it'll just be another line item on their statements.
Yeah, yeah, totally makes sense. You've mentioned before, like, especially for newcomers, they should have a great story first. Or they should have a great story and then they maybe get a chance. But like, I'm curious, like, how involved are you in like the overall process of the story and putting together the story? Or is it more that they come to you guys with like a already finished version, you read over it and be like, yeah, okay, that could work for us? Or how is that process going?
Traditionally, there's very few stories where the pitch came in and then we would intake. For the most part, it's been very collaborative because we see ourselves also as partners. We are advancing and putting money up front to cover all the costs and taking on risk. So we do want to make sure it's the best materials possible. So the way I like to describe it is I like to date before I get engaged, before I get married. So what does that mean? So dating, dating. We have a structure for that. We have a quarterly publication that's starting to come out this fall called 24/7 Comics Presents, and what that is, an anthology series a la Marvel Comics Present. So Terry Cavanaugh had been the publisher during the whole course of, or the editor during the whole course of Marvel Comics Presents. So he's bringing that same format to 24/7, except it's going to be a quarterly format. And if you want to date and we feel like you have a cool story, we'll workshop it with you for a number of weeks or months. We'll meet every week. We'll talk through it. We have all the pieces in, and we'll date you with like an 8 to 12 page stories or two 12-page stories or something, just to like test the market. If that works, we'll commit to X number of issues, maybe 2 or 3 issues, and then if that works, then we'll commit to a full trade, which is like a 6-issue run. So we're very careful because we care about the relationship with our creators. So we also want to make sure that we're a good fit for each other.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense on both sides, right? And you guys run, as far as I know, you ran also like some Kickstarter campaigns for some of the books and stories. Why? To get like the fans up front involved, or what was like the reason behind that?
It's similar as the same reason I do VeVe drops. I think these are all panels of adaptation because these audiences live in different places. I notice when I go to a VeVe party, it's all this, all the faces I see every year. But when I go to a Kickstarter party, it's all the same faces that I see every year. But the Venn diagram is probably just myself. In the middle. So I realized, holy crap, like it's very different. And when I go to Comics Pro, which is the comic shop world, the Venn diagram is the same. It's really just me and like maybe 3 or 4 other folks. So for one reason or another, the comic book industry is one of the most fragmented when it comes to audiences. And I think a lot of it has to do with just the behavioral and the consumption opportunity based on these different platforms. And you kind of have to understand where the platform is at or the current meta of what's working to be successful in that platform. You can't like do one size fit all. If I had a particular strategy, and then convention, for example, all these books that we're doing are designed for San Diego Comic-Con, limited to 100 copies for the foils, limited to 200 copies for the regulars. So, for example, I know cons, people love shiny stuff. So I have the regular one, that's Bill Sienkiewicz and Garza, and I have the Foley one, that's inks and foil, right? It's 100 and 200 copies. We're going to sell these at the con, and we'll most likely sell out. And so after that, it's one and done. And so whatever happens there, happens there. But I think if I did this for VeVe, I would probably do it very differently, right? And so it just depends on the platform, and that's why we have to make sure we adapt to the platforms.
Yeah,
now,
makes sense.
Speaking of VeVe and adapting to the platform, so can we maybe talk a bit about the upcoming drop you guys are doing on VeVe now? Maybe even before we hop into that, can you just briefly explain how did the relationship with 24/7 and VeVe form?
Yeah, one of the partners we have this year is Shortboxed. If you guys haven't heard of them, they're a app that sells slabs, and it's like a platform, almost like eBay, but focused on comics. And I was just there hanging out with Gene, and then this guy named David shows up and started chatting. And then we exchanged cards, and I think it was a few months later, I just emailed him. I was like, hey, man, it was good connecting there. And then we got on a Zoom like this, and we literally talked for like 2.5 hours because we both realized we were such like avid collectors. And
Yeah.
he has like, Pokemon shops. I had like a MTG shop that was very active, right? And so we just had a lot of relations in very, a lot of like things we could relate on. And so from then on, I realized, man, like if I'm going to continue down this Web3 path and it's going to continue being a channel, I want to be on VeVe and VeVe only. And so we kept VeVe as our exclusive digital collectibles distribution, and that's pretty much the rest is history.
That's awesome. I didn't actually even know that it was an exclusive partnership. Pardon my ignorance there, but that's cool to know as well.
Yeah, exclusive for us. Like we just want to commit to the channel. They never hold us to anything. I just feel like it's the best place for digital collectibles, and it makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, then let's bring it up here. Oh, that was the wrong one. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, there it is. So that will be the drop. Give us some, I mean, we could technically read through like all this stuff, but give us your version of that drop, please, because I know there are a few chasers in there as well.
How fun, right? I mean, look at this layout. The guys did such a great job here. I do have to shout out both Sean and Spencer at Comics and Crypto, as I was kind of stuck on this whole original art drop because I felt like I didn't want to just drop a black and white JPEG, I wanted to do something different. I'm a big art collector, and yeah, there is something really special, don't get me wrong, when like you hold a piece of original art, right? Like here's an original piece of manga art, here's the original painted art. There's like, what else? Original comic art from Green Lantern, the first appearance of the show. So, I mean, there's something really cool about that. Oh, let me show you guys something really cool. I just got Weapon X by Sean Chen. Speaking of Evermind.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Cool. Yeah.
There's a DPS that he did. So there's something about, when you look at this, I'm like, man, like there's something really special. And I just don't know if it's the same experience when it's a black and white JPEG. I feel like colors, when it comes to digital collectibles, is very important and plays a big role. So I basically seeked out Sean and Spencer and ideated. And one of the things that they agreed on is I think we need to adjust for meta. And so what are some of the most important things right now today? I think blind bags are huge, not just in this space. I mean, blind bags have always been kind of a VeVe thing, but now it's leaked into comic book shops, conventions, endless blind. 2 is the crafting mechanic. And then 3 is just the idea of like being able to, collect and build through this crafting. And so the way we've structured it is there's going to be 7 full color panels from page 1 of Evermind. And the idea is that if you collect these panels, you could use a crafting mechanic to assemble that one page. And then there's also going to be 7 one-of-one original black and white panels. And these panels could function in very similar ways. But each of the 7 color panels has 47 total editions. And so we just want to make this like a fun experiment. We feel like this will allow us to truly value the art as a premium experience. And at the same time, give folks who just want to participate and own a piece of Evermind a easy way to entry. And so that's really the direction where we're going with this. And obviously it's a blind box, and so you don't know what you're getting, but you're actually having an opportunity to get that one-of-one black and white, which to us,
I think like even edition size of 47 is still super low, right?
Exactly.
I mean, 1-of-1 would be great, but 1 out of 47 also pretty cool. Especially if Evermind becomes like over the time an even more known comic. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's really creative. That's
August.
unique.
Wait till August. Something's coming, but I won't say anything. But something's coming. Yeah.
That's really unique. That's also a first of its kind on VeVe. So wow, yeah, really cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sean
Sean,
support.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, just shout out to the VeVe team for being great supporters.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Sean and Spencer were like always about like the one-of-one chasers, etc. So that's something they definitely love to see there, and pretty cool that you guys yeah, were able to facilitate that. So details. 24th of July, 5 p.m. Oh, okay, 5 p.m. for me. I mean, 5 p.m. in Germany. Market season 12, 24/7 studios globally.
Just so people know, 5 p.m. that's normal drop time, right? That's 11 a.m. ET.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so. But it's always at 5 p.m. Yeah. For me. Yeah. Okay, crafting. How is the crafting mechanic on this one actually work? Like, explain it again, please, because you've touched on it already.
Sure. So for me, like I mentioned, I love collecting these pages. Right. Let me find a sequential for you. All right. So here. So this is a sequential by Trad Moore. So as you can see, there's panels. Right. There's like this bigger panel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 panels, and that's kind of the average 5 to 7 panels per page. And so for us to give everyone opportunity to be able to assemble pages, what you can do is if you're able to assemble all 7 panels, you can actually assemble that page that you see on the left. So the idea and thesis is that people can buy, sell, and trade, and that's always fun of this hobby. So our goal is to present key pages, and over time, if it's popular enough, we could potentially release additional pages. But this is only a first test. This is the first appearance of all the characters. So if there is a page to go after, I would highly, spotlight this one.
Yeah. That's such a unique mechanic. I mean, you're definitely the obviously the first one doing it, but I would be curious if like other publishers also be like, okay, why don't we do it like that? Because it's pretty cool to see.
I welcome all publishers to do it. I think the more the merrier. If they're willing to spend the time to do it, I think I would definitely welcome and applaud that.
Yeah. Nice. I mean, I'm pretty sure that one will sell out because overall, I mean, the edition size is not that large, right? But going back a couple of years, I guess, like you've described yourself as a huge collector yourself, and I mean, you could see it, you can feel your passion, etc. But how did that start for you? That would be kind of interesting to know, like from the first start to now, this Evermind Panels Series 1 on VeVe, like a quick walkthrough there.
Yeah, man, comic books saved my life. I moved here as an immigrant from Hong Kong, and I didn't know the language. I didn't know the culture. I didn't understand kind of how to interact, and so it was a bit of a struggle for me. I'm heavily dyslexic, ADD, and so learning was a challenge. But it wasn't until I discovered comics where I felt like, I could actually consume the story because visually is how I process best. And so I found myself going back to the shop every week. And when I was able to consume these stories, I could talk about these stories with others in the community. And that's really where I found my tribe. And so I spent most of my early teens to mid-teens at the comic book shop, worked there as a manager through the whole 90s hype. And then basically found Cars and Girls and then disappeared and left it behind. It wasn't until my quarter-life crisis, when all that stuff kind of passed around by, you realize at the heart of it all, nostalgia is kind of what brings us all back, right?
Mhm.
So I remember I ended up taking a drive from. I took a flight to Vancouver. I rented a car and I drove north all the way through the Yukon territories, turned left into Alaska, into the city of Fairbanks, and the first stop I had was a shopping plaza, and to get some supplies. And there was a store sign that says comic books, and so I walked in and I spent a few hours in there and talked to the store owner, and it just brought me right back. And I've pretty much been collecting ever since. And for me, I'm more of a story collector, so it's really important to me that stories are the foundation. Art is the other half, but stories first, because I feel like when you think about great artists, you can always tie them to a great story that they worked on, right?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of writers, they write a lot. They write 4 or 5 stories a month, right? Artists can only do 1 story a month, 2 months, right? So I think that's the foundation, and to me, I encourage everyone to read our books, because we spend a lot of time making sure these stories are going to resonate and it's going to be timeless. And so, yeah, I think ever since then, I realized I was going to do something in comics. I just didn't know that I was going to be a publisher. I didn't really know that I was going to be working so closely with so many amazing artists and creators. And so I feel and find myself very lucky to be able to do this.
What a random place to be walking into that comic shop, going through the territories and into Alaska. That's a random place to be. But or pardon me, if someone is finding out about 24/7 comics now, or even in this stream, where would you recommend them starting, or starting off?
We're on all the social platforms, but Instagram is like a really good place to see what we're doing visually. X, we do updates there specifically. A lot of digital drops are happening there. YouTube, we have a channel at 24 Comics HQ across all 3. And in that channel is where we actually spend a lot of time diving deep into what we're doing, covering a lot of comic book history. Terry Kavanaugh and I, we have a show called The Pull List, and we spend a lot of time talking about how things were and how things are. And so that way we could all kind of have a cool time capsule into how things have changed over time.
Yeah, nice.
Especially if you love Marvel. He shares a lot of inner workings of how books were published back in the day.
And I mean, probably what he's learned from that, moving forward, etc. Right?
Oh yeah, there's so many fun stories.
Yeah. Should we take a look at the website, so you could give our viewers a little, I would say, overview over the website and the different series you guys put out? Josh, can you pull that up? Do you still have it open?
I do. Nope, that's your screen. You got to bring your screen down. All right. So we have Evermind on VeVe, also Bladesmith and Zero Ghost. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Heroes Be Damned is not on VeVe yet, right?
It might be. I don't remember, actually.
Yeah, I can't remember either, but I know these 3 are for sure.
Yeah, those 3 are for sure. And then, our website's pretty straightforward. It's a shop, and it's basically inventory from our Kickstarters or from our special editions. And the idea is really just for people to be able to see our whole catalog. So we're going to have a more intentional release strategy moving forward, where certain things will be VeVe exclusive, like for example these panels. We won't do them anywhere else. And certain things will be convention exclusive, and then certain things will be in-store exclusive. And then we are also going to be doing a series of manga covers for retailers. Let me show you a preview of that. I think we're going to show this at the con, but this is a book from Godtail. It's called First Look, and inside is mine. And then we're going to have a bunch of covers. That's going to be the first look in this issue. But the idea is to promote everything coming into stores this fall. So if you could get to San Diego Comic-Con, get your hands on one of these first look books.
So you keep mentioning con. So San Diego is going to be the next event you guys are at, yeah?
Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow. I'm here packing stuff all day long. And we have a small team, but small and mighty. We all work very hard. We're all very passionate about this. It's missional for us. So we all drive down tomorrow, and then we'll be there till Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, we'll be doing some meetings out there. But the idea is really just to make a big splash. We'll be presenting at the retailer conference with Penguin Random House, talking about our slate for fall. And then we have a few panels as well. But other than that, we'll be at the booth doing a lot of signings with a lot of creators.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I mean, those will be some pretty intense but fun days, I guess. But I mean, you guys did that a couple of times now, so I guess you're used to it. But will on the 23rd there will be also the Captain America 1 drop on VeVe. Will you go for that? Probably, right?
Yeah, man, I love Cap. The best.
Yeah.
Yes, Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, fair.
This is my one of one right here. It's the original art from the Magic the Gathering Marvel card set. It's Captain America First Avenger, and that's the original art for it.
Nice. So would you say that is like one of your favorite pieces in your personal collection, or is it hard to decide?
Hard to decide. They're all my children, but yeah, I would say it's one of my favorite pieces. It's it's been hanging there. I mean, there's a lot of historic significance. Marvel Comics and Magic the Gathering collaborating. That's like a dream come true. I'm a super nerd, super Marvel nerd, and that was the very first card they announced. And so for that to be the historical moment and hang on my wall, dude, like,
and it be a one of one. That's crazy. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you've said to us like that you've run a Magic the Gathering store, right?
Yeah, so, we ran it all through the pandemic.
Perfect.
Yeah, did a lot of sales, and so my old partner now has like a physical store that he opened up. And it's beautiful. It's great. I wish I also lived in Colorado, but it's been busy for all of us.
Yeah, just Magic, or
he does a lot more Pokemon and One Piece now as well. But me, I'm a Magic guy.
Yeah. Okay. And on that front, because like the Magic the Gathering is not really anything that came across my crossed my desk, or is nothing that had like a relevance like for me personally. But how would you describe like the evolution of that brand and that card game?
I mean, it's really interesting because the way I always explain the card game is the players are wizards and the decks is our spell book, and our goal is to leverage our spells to kill each other, right? And now you could cast and summon Captain America and have Dr. Doom be on the same team. So it's kind of cool. It's the same. It's like you're still a wizard, but now you could summon other characters. They have Final Fantasy crossover, that Warhammer crossover. They have what's the recent one? My Little Pony crossover. So you could have My Little deck.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, versus a Warhammer deck versus a not One Piece, but like what else do they have? Transformers deck, right? So like it's super cool, man. Like, dude, it's like a burst of nostalgia meets D&D. So I always say it's like poker meets D&D, and so imagine having all those elements at your hands, and so it's awesome right now. Magic rocks.
Yeah, nice. And are you still actively playing? Yeah,
all the time, and whenever I have time. I mean, I usually host a game. I used to host a game every Friday at the house, but now I went to every month, and now it's probably like every other month. It's just a bit of a production because I'll have 12 to 20 people at the house, and I'll have to buy foods, and then you play till 2 in the morning, and you clean up afterwards. So it's a bit of a production, and so my wife and I have been very busy work-wise, and so because of that, it's a little harder for us to,
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, before we end this stream here today, is there like anything we haven't touched on that you would like to speak about, or Is there anything?
No, not for now. I would just say to dive in and try to get something. And I want to just say thank you to the VeVe community and thank you to you guys for all the support. We have a newsletter, so you go to our website and sign up for our newsletter. That's probably the easiest way to get all the latest updates. Otherwise, we'll see you at San Diego Comic-Con, or we'll see you at the drop.
Yeah, and I hope you guys have a fantastic time going. Safe travels and everything. That should be lots of fun. So San Diego, that's the biggest one, the main one, right?
That's the Mecca. Although my personal favorite is San Diego New York Comic Con. It's a lot more comic books focused. So, but for my kind of commercial favorite, I love San Diego Comic Con.
I was in New York last year for the event. New York is it's a lot of people, So, but yeah, I definitely know what you mean about how it's more comic focused, and definitely cosplayers too. So
I love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for taking the time. And Jan, is there anything else on our list here? Or?
I mean, Omar here in my chat just wrote, Final Fantasy Magic was a great collab too.
Amazing.
Yeah, those are some wild collabs. My Little Pony, that's
funny, yeah.
I think Garfield was a recent one too. That's a cool one too.
Yeah, that is awesome. All right, well, we're gonna wrap up the show, so we'll let you go here. But you are welcome anytime. And if there's anything else that 24/7 wants to bring to light for any future drops, feel free to stop by or reach out. So
great, thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you very much,
guys.
Bye now.
Have a good con. Alrighty. I mean,
let me put us back in the studio here.
Huh?
Put us back in the studio.
Yes.
Although I lost where did the StreamYard go? Oh, there. Boom. What'd you think of that?
Boom. I think this one here was funny too. Yo guys, great stream. Jan, I'm drinking a beer and having a schnitzel in Hamburg.
That's fun.
Nice.
Is that where Ben in Korea is from?
Huh?
No, rhetorical question. I said that out loud. I was just curious if that's where he's from. Okay, guys, a bit of a shorter stream today. I know we didn't kind of stream on schedule like normal, but Jan, what do we have planned for our next one? Monday.
Next week is like the first stream where we have no guest. After that, we will have the week after that we will have someone from the Pokemon community and from the VFriends community lined up. So yeah, should be a few interesting and fun conversations there.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that's everything on my list.
On mine too. Cool, guys. Thanks for being here, and see you guys next Monday live at 1 p.m. EST on Beyond the Drop.
Let's collect. We collect. Collectors going digital and Jack collects.